Hey friends, Casey Harmon here with the Apex Group. I have another question for you. Actually, this one is a little bit less of a question and more of a scenario. And I've been very fortunate to have these situations, and it's actually been some of my favorite transactions and clients that I've built relationship with. And that scenario is, question, if I'm moving from a different state and I'm working remotely to find a new home, how do I go about that? Let me talk to you more about that here soon. So today's topic is, if I'm a remote buyer, how do I go about the process of finding a home from a long distance? I've had the pleasure of working with several buyers who are moving to Oregon and looking at buying a home remotely. This can be really challenging for them, however, it's actually a pretty simple process. So it's a great time also to build rapport with those buyers. First, we start with just, of course, their criteria. What is it that they're looking for? What do they already know about the area here in Portland, as well as the neighborhoods? It's a really great time for me to educate them and strategize a way to find a home that meets their needs. So myself as a buyer's agent, one of my most favorite things to do in this scenario, working with remote buyers, is I actually am willing to visit the properties that these buyers are interested in, do a little video, scope out the area, give them my opinion, the pros and the cons, and just continue to develop that communication as the buyer is working from a long distance. So aside from looking for homes remotely and allowing me to visit those properties to provide an expert opinion, there's a variety of other things that could come into play depending on the buyer's situation. Although there's a lot of different situations and scenarios for each buyer, I'd say the top three things to think about are education. Make sure you know the areas that you're looking into. Have your buyer's agent be knowledgeable about those areas and help support you. That could even mean recommending or raising some red flags in some areas that you might have some interest in. So education, your timeline. Your timeline's important. When are you going to be visiting Portland, or when are you going to be actually making your official move? That's important to know as well. And then the third is make sure that you are pre-approved for buying a home in Oregon. This goes for remote buyers or even local buyers. But for remote buyers, if you've done a lot of research and you've expelled a lot of energy in searching for a home as you make your move to Oregon, you want to make sure that you have the financing in place so that you can present that offer and get that home that you're looking for. So if you are a remote buyer, you're moving to the Portland, Oregon area, contact me, Casey Harmon. I'd love to have a conversation with you, learn more about your situation, your story, answer your questions, and help you find that dream home.